He stood there, tall, powerful, untouchable. The man every woman in the city dreamed of. And yet, in front of everyone, a poor, trembling girl fell to her knees and whispered, "Act like you love me, please." What happened next silenced the entire room, forever. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to Goodness Corner, where stories of fate, love, and karma come alive. Rain poured down like the sky itself was crying. In the middle of a glittering hotel lobby, where a grand engagement party was taking place, stood a girl in torn shoes and a faded dress, Lila. Her trembling hands clutched the hem of her skirt as she stared at the man who had once promised her forever, Ryan. Ryan was now laughing, holding hands with his fiancée, Sophia, the daughter of a real estate tycoon. The air smelled of money and mockery. Guests whispered, chuckling at the sight of the poor girl who dared show up where she clearly didn't belong. "Lila?" Ryan's lips curled. "You shouldn't be here. This isn't your world." She swallowed hard, her voice breaking. "Ryan, please, you said you loved me." His laughter was sharp and cruel. "That was when I thought you had something to offer. But look at you, no job, no name, no class. Love doesn't feed you, Lila. Money does." The crowd erupted in quiet giggles. Sophia leaned in, pretending sympathy. "Oh, poor thing. Maybe next time you'll find someone from your level." Lila's heart shattered. Every eye in the room was on her, judging, mocking. But before she could turn away, a tall figure in a black tailored suit walked past the guests, Ethan Ward, the city's most powerful CEO. His cold aura silenced the whispers as he entered, his deep eyes catching the broken girl trembling by the door. He had come to discuss business with Ryan's father, but his attention was now locked on Lila, soaked, humiliated, but still standing. "Ethan," Ryan greeted awkwardly. "I didn't expect you here." Ignoring him, Ethan's voice cut through the noise like steel. "Who is she?" Ryan smirked. "Just an old mistake." At that moment, something inside Lila snapped. She couldn't bear the pitying stares anymore. Her knees gave in, and she knelt in front of Ethan. Gasps filled the air. "Please," she whispered, tears spilling. "Act like you love me, just for a moment." The room froze. Ethan's brows furrowed. He didn't know her, yet there was something in her voice, raw pain, desperation, honesty. The type that money could never fake. Ryan burst out laughing. "You've lost your mind, Lila. You think a man like him would love a beggar like you?" Sophia sneered. "She's embarrassing herself." But Ethan didn't move. Instead, he slowly reached out his hand. The whole room gasped as he lifted Lila gently from the floor. "Why should I pretend?" he said quietly, but his tone carried authority that silenced even Ryan. "When loving someone like her wouldn't be an act." The crowd murmured in shock. Lila's eyes widened in disbelief. Ethan's gaze softened. "You deserve better than to beg anyone for love." He slipped off his black coat and wrapped it around her shoulders, shielding her trembling body from the cold stares. "From now on," he said, his voice low but steady, "no one talks to her like that again." Ryan's face went pale. "Wait, what are you saying?" Ethan turned to him with a smirk that could crush steel. "I'm saying the deal with your father. Consider it cancelled. I don't work with men who treat people like garbage." Then, in front of everyone, Ethan took Lila's hand and led her out of the hall. The whispers followed them like echoes of disbelief. Outside, under the soft rain, Lila stopped him. "Why did you do that? You don't even know me." Ethan looked down at her. "Because no one deserves to be humiliated for loving the wrong person. And because," his voice softened, "you reminded me of someone I once knew, someone who believed love could conquer everything." Her tears mixed with the rain. For the first time in years, someone had stood up for her. "Come with me," Ethan said gently. You look like you could use a warm meal and a little hope. Lila hesitated but nodded. That night, she didn't just find kindness, she found the beginning of a miracle. A month passed. The city was buzzing with rumors, the mysterious girl living with Ethan Ward. In truth, Lila hadn't moved in as a lover but as his assistant. Ethan had offered her a job in his company, helping her rebuild her life. He never treated her like a charity case, he gave her responsibility, trust, and respect. Every morning, she'd bring him coffee and reports, still shy, still quiet. But slowly, she began to glow again. The same girl who once begged for love was now walking with confidence through the glass halls of Ward Enterprises. One afternoon, Ethan found her standing by the window, lost in thought. "Still thinking about him?" he asked softly. Lila smiled faintly. "Not anymore. I just can't believe how much has changed." Ethan studied her. "Sometimes pain breaks us, so love can find us in the pieces." Their eyes met, and for the first time, Lila didn't look away. Something unspoken passed between them. But fate had one more twist. Ryan suddenly appeared at the office, desperate. His company had fallen apart after Ethan pulled his deals. He walked straight to Lila's desk, arrogance gone. "Lila," he pleaded. "I was wrong. I made a mistake leaving you. Please, give me another chance." Before she could reply, Ethan stepped out of his office. "I believe the lady has work to do," he said coldly. Ryan glared. "You think you can buy her?" Lila stood, her voice calm but strong. "He didn't buy me, Ryan. He helped me stand when you pushed me down." The words hit harder than a slap. Ryan's lips trembled. "Lila, please." She smiled sadly. "When I begged you to love me, you laughed. But now I don't need to beg anymore. Because I finally learned, love doesn't have to hurt." Ethan's eyes softened with pride. Ryan stormed out, defeated. After he left, Ethan turned to her. "You handled that well." Lila chuckled softly. "Maybe your confidence rubbed off on me." He stepped closer, his voice low. "And maybe your kindness rubbed off on me." There was silence, the kind that spoke louder than words. Then, slowly, Ethan reached out and brushed a tear from her cheek. "No more pretending," he whispered. "This time, it's real." And as the sun dipped behind the skyline, the poor girl who once begged for love finally found it, not in luxury or pity, but in a man who saw her worth before she even did.